Hey guys, Mike here from Moto Mule. I always enjoy rolling the frame table into the shop because that signifies the beginning of a new project. Obviously, the golf cart isn't done yet, but I'm waiting on a few parts, and the things that I am working on are kind of boring. I'm stretching wiring harnesses and running brake lines, so not real exciting stuff. So I figured we'd switch things up a little bit and get started on this toddler bed go-kart. This will be episode 2 of the toddler bed go-kart build video. If you missed episode 1, be sure to go check that out after this video. The motivation for building this toddler bed go-kart came from Grindhard Plumbing. Ethan and Edwin are working on their 3rd Powerwheels build. They've got themselves a new yellow Camaro, and you can bet that that thing is going to be over the top. They've encouraged me to build a Powerwheels, but I could not find a Powerwheels vehicle that I could fit in. Ethan and Edwin are average-sized human beings. Me, however, I am not. I might be what you call a plus-sized individual. So, this toddler bed is my answer to their Powerwheels build. Ethan and Edwin started quite the craze when they built their dirt bike powered Powerwheels. And it seems that to be one of the cool kids, you gotta build yourself a motorized Powerwheels. Speaking of cool kids, I got the opportunity this past weekend to meet Chris from the YouTube channel Rather Be Welding. He and I got to talk about all sorts of things, including his desire to build one of these over-the-top Powerwheels vehicles himself. I got the chance to hook up and meet Chris because he was helping one of his friends move all the way from North Carolina to here in Oregon, less than an hour from where I live. So when I found out he was headed to Oregon, I contacted him and asked if we could meet. In our talking, I found out that Chris had never been to the sand dunes. I didn't have any buggies running at the moment, but I had a couple of old quads, so I threw them on the back of the truck and took Chris to the sand dunes. He did great. All right. What do you think, Chris? You ready for this?
Yeah. First time on a quad, so wish me luck.
All right. It's always fun to take somebody to the sand dunes for their first time. The look on their face when they see those giant sand dunes for the first time is priceless. Alright, that's enough talking. Let's get to turning this into an engine-powered toddler bed go-kart. The goal for today is to create the beginnings of a frame. A frame that we can hang suspension components off of, mount the seat to, the engine, basically just the very beginning raw structure that we're going to build off of. So what I'm thinking is if I just created a tubular ring that ran around the inside of this bed frame, basically resting on this surface where the mattress used to lay, I'll kind of define the outer perimeter of that frame. Then I can run tube members down to connect and build a suspension off of, make a seat mount, make the engine mounts, and everything can kind of hang off of this perimeter tube that's resting down inside the bed frame. Okay, we've got our very first piece of the frame. This hoop is going to make it real easy to build off of. We can easily attach this to the red plastic car body, and now we can weld other pieces to it to create frame structure for the suspension, the seat, the motor, and all that. All right, we are moving. Well, what do you guys think? Not a bad start. This will give me a great foundation to build off of. I think the next step will be to figure out what the suspension of this thing's going to look like. I really would like to get it to where it's a roller. Be pretty exciting. All right, I've burned enough midnight oil tonight. Let's call her quits right here. If you liked this video, please press the like button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that now. And I will see you in the next video.